going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about The Little Mermaid, the new film directed by Rob Marshall, which is the latest Disney live-action remake. A young mermaid makes a deal with a sea witch to trade her beautiful voice for human legs so she can discover the world above water and impress a prince. The story that we all know being told again in live-action form, starring Halle Bailey, John Howard King, Melissa McCarthy, and Javier Bardem. We all know the story about The Little Mermaid. We all know those classic tunes. Under the sea, under the sea. And now they're being remade in a live-action form. And for the most part, I absolutely found myself pretty much enjoying this movie overall. I know the trailers have not been all that stellar for me personally, but going into this film, I was a little bit hesitant because some of the live action remakes really haven't been top tier, and so I didn't know which side of the scale this film was going. And when they first announced Halle Bailey, I was both excited and skeptical, mostly because really I first knew about her from the Blackish spin-off Grownish, which she kind of made an impression on me, her and her sister Chloe. Plus, I think she is an amazing singer. I've heard a couple of their songs, and I think she really has some pipes, and for the most part, she really did do a good job of holding her own and making Ariel feel like her own character. Like she wasn't trying to do what Jodie Benson did in the animated version. And this movie is about 51 minutes longer, almost an hour longer. And I thought they did a really good job of giving us something new, but also sticking to the source material. Now, a lot of people will complain about that and be one of the things that they take away and say that they're not really happy about. I personally don't care. This movie really charmed my pants off, and I did get a little bit choked up towards the end of the film. And I thought Jonah Howard King did a good job of Prince Eric, although he didn't really have a lot to do in this movie, and I really wasn't able to get into his performance all too much, even though I thought he did a good job for what the role was required of him. I thought he did that perfectly. I was just not able to get attached to his Prince Eric. When it comes down to Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, I thought she was absolutely dynamic. This is the best performance that I've seen her in a long while, and I thought she absolutely crushed it, especially when she's singing Poor Unfortunate Soul. I thought she absolutely knocked it out of the park. Love Daveed Diggs as Sebastian, Jacob Tremblay as Flounder, and Awkwafina as Scuttle. I thought they all worked together and they served their purpose, and I absolutely loved it when they interacted together from time to time, and I thought the chemistry was there. And when it comes down to Javier Bardem, even though he does not have that big of a role, I thought he was perfectly fine. I didn't think he was exceptional, but you know what? He was serviceable, and I absolutely enjoyed him. When it comes down to Halle Bailey's singing, like I said, I've heard a couple of her songs with her sister, and she absolutely crushed it. There was no denying that when she was casted, that she would not knock it out of the park. And when you hear her belt the pipes on this girl, it just makes you smile and it makes your heart beat a little bit faster. She absolutely knocked it out of the park when it came down to her singing, and especially when it came down to her losing her voice and really needing to focus on those facial expressions when it comes down to her curiosity of the world and what she's getting herself into. I thought she did a really good job of emoting those emotions whenever she's not able to speak. And even though it does take a little while for this movie to kick in, there is about a good hour of this movie that just feels like it's dragging on a little bit too long. And I do feel like you could have taken out a couple of things here and there to make the pacing feel a little bit quicker. Plus, I thought that the third act climax was a little bit rushed, and it just felt like it ended too soon, if that makes any sense. But overall, I really enjoyed this remake. I thought it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't think I was going to come out feeling emotional as much as I did, but I really did enjoy this movie. So overall, I would definitely recommend you guys to watch this movie in theaters, or if you are on the fence about this movie and the word of mouth isn't really doing it for you, I would definitely check it out on streaming. But if you were already predisposed to not liking this movie, then definitely skip it because you're not going to like it either way. But those are my thoughts on The Little Mermaid. Did you guys enjoy it? Are you guys excited for this movie? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're here, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on more. And also while you're here, go ahead and browse around and check out the other videos that I have on the channel. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.